All right, welcome to week 14. This week we are looking at the president and the judiciary. We're going to talk a little bit about the relationship between the president and the judicial branches of government, instances where they oftentimes will collaborate, and instances that are obviously more interesting where they conflict. We're going to talk about the dynamics of the judicial nomination process and the Senate's confirmation process, and why that process has really kind of gone off the rails and become increasingly politicized, and it's really kind of emblematic of some of the hyperpartisanship that is characterizing contemporary politics. We're going to talk about various aspects of executive and Supreme Court relations, instances where the court has ruled against the president, and the presidents have been compelled sort of to uphold that ruling. And then we're going to talk a little bit about instances where the courts will tend to defer to executives, which creates a problem because I think in the text, I think somebody observes, one of the problems is that a lot of times presidents do unconstitutional things, and they do them at times that are precisely where the courts are most inclined to give the president maximum leeway. And certainly Lincoln is an example of that. He did numerous unconstitutional things. I'm not saying what he did was wrong, but at the same time, he did them at a point where you couldn't have conceived of a more existential threat to the country. So there's just the quiz and the forum this week, but remember we do have our final writing assignment, I believe, that's due again in week 15. So certainly you should be reading that article and looking at the questions that I've posed for you to structure your essay. And let's make sure we get those essays in on time, because we're running out of time for me to get everything graded. And of course, I'm behind on grading right now, and I apologize for that, but I do hope to get caught up over this coming weekend, which is the weekend coming into week 14. So let's all have a great week.